Ariel Helwani at Madison Square Garden in New York City alongside Matt Mitrione, who will meet Fedor Emelianenko June 24th at the second Bellator pay-per-view. They're calling it Bellator NYC. Matt, it has been a while, face-to-face. I don't even remember the last time I've seen you face-to-face.
You shunned me when I got here. It's like we used to have such a good relationship, and now nothing.
Actually, you know what? The last time I interviewed you before a fight, and it wasn't technically, a little different because we're 3 months out, you showed up to a media day shoeless, barefoot. They didn't let you in.
That's right.
Look how far we've come. Now you're wearing a three-piece suit.
Yep, and I can have brand names if I wanted to, but this is custom made, so you know how it goes. Right.
Is there a name in there? Is there like a Mitrione?
It's made from my Thai tailor.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Indy?
No, from Thailand.
Oh.
I went there. I flew to Macau,
that's right.
jumped over to Thailand, had a handful of suits made. He's making some more for me because I feel like I've worn these enough.
Okay.
So now I got to be fresh.
Now, how do you, you're relatively.
I don't know about this. I mean, what's the stitching?
Yeah.
I mean, the wool tie.
This isn't, you like it?
I mean, A1s. I mean, you're killing it today, dude.
Well, it's a big deal. Bellator, MSG,
You didn't have to
pay-per-view.
go anywhere for this. You didn't have to jump on a flight.
Just run on the train.
Around.
Yeah.
I mean, you're ready. You played with the kids today?
Yeah. It's actually my wife's birthday.
Get out.
Yeah. And I said, you know what?
Happy birthday. What's her name?
Jacqueline.
Happy birthday, Jacqueline.
Thank you. Very nice of you. I have a bone to pick with you, though.
Let's get it.
You were saying that I was stirring the pot over there. Come on. Why? Those are valid questions. I was asking Fedor if he considered fighting Chael, and I know why you would feel that way. You want that opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
But these are valid questions.
Oh, no, I couldn't care less. I knew he wasn't going to fight anybody else. Like I said, fighting Chael, maybe, possibly, right? Because it's a mouthpiece, but it's such a remarkably, drastically different fight than what I am. Right. It would be a massive decision for him to do that. I think that as far as, like I said, names in Bellator, who's going to fight? Cheick Kongo? Nobody. Cheick Kongo doesn't fight anymore. If he looked like Fedor, he'd have been cut 3 years ago. Right? So, that's the way it is. It's just, they pay me to fight. I had the name, I had the mouthpiece, and I have the fighting style. And that's what he needs right now.
When we spoke after the whole incident in February, you said you didn't want to wait till the summertime. You wanted
I did not.
So, why are you waiting?
Because I have to. Okay. Right? That's it. I'm fat right now, but I'm in fighting shape.
What's fat?
Fat, I'm probably 263, 264. When I fight, I'll probably be in the mid-50s, low 50s. So I've been eating whatever I want. I had a couple beers. Didn't shy away from breads, right? But I'm still in good cardio shape. So if something happened with Karatanov and Chase Gormley, I was going to be the first name they were going to call. And I made sure they knew I wanted that.
This is such a big opportunity.
I'm not worried about losing, brother. I'm not
just
losing anybody right now.
Or just, a freak injury, something like that?
No, not going to happen.
So did you try to convince them? Give me one in March so I can come back, and what'd they say?
Yes, they're like, no.
No. That was it?
Yeah.
And what does the bank account think about that?
Bank account's fine, man. Okay. I live in Indiana. I have a humble living, so everything's good.
Speaking of which, you're one of the big free agent signings for Bellator over the past year or so, but Dylan Dennis yesterday on my show said that he, in fact, is the highest paid fighter in Bellator, and this has ruffled some feathers. Do you think that this is possible? We don't know everyone's salary like in your former life in the NFL. Is this possible? Could he be the highest paid fighter in Bellator?
I don't even really know who he is. So, if that's the case, good for him. I'll never hate anybody, but that means I'm going back to the negotiating table.
Does that piss you off hearing that?
No, it's great because that means I'll get more money because somebody I've never heard of is not going to get paid more than me. Right. And on top of that, I get paid well. So if he gets paid well, hell, good job, buddy. But like I said, I don't know who he is.
Was this on your radar at all? Pay-per-view, MSG?
No.
This is a whole other level for Bellator.
Madness.
What was your reaction when you found out?
Oh, hell yeah. It was fantastic. It was excitement, man. And plus with that mouthpiece up here, you can't get any better than that. And it's exciting. And it's a huge opportunity. It's a huge card. Huge card. Dude, 2 title fights are underneath me and Fedor and him and Vanderlei.
How do you feel about that?
I feel it's rough for them, but it's I do. And I feel it's a lot of rounds, right? But it's a massive, massive card. So, I think for them, dude, that's a pretty big opportunity on any level. I think anybody's ego, if it gets a bit out of hand, be like, dude, check yourself. Yeah. It's a hell of an opportunity right now. It's a hell of a card. It could potentially go down as one of the best cards of all time. It could.
Why isn't you versus Fedor happening for a belt? Feels like a perfect heavyweight title fight.
You know what's awesome about that is that there's a guy right over there with kind of a bluish gray suit on.
Do you agree with me though? Would you like this
for if they want to change it to 5 rounds, I'm down. Hey, I'll get down.
What is going on? Do you want to be a champion? What is going on?
But more than wanting the champion, I want to fight Fedor. Yeah. I'll get the belt. I'm not losing anybody anytime soon. So I'll get the belt. It's just That's the way the man wants it. So whatever he wants. I know Karatonov was talking about how he had to fight Gormley, and then he wants to fight Ayala again. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Ayala, and then he's worried about whatever else later. Same way. I want to fight Fedor, and afterwards, if they decide to strap a belt around my waist, I'm like, hey, we just named you the champ. Cool, that sounds great. Then I'll defend against whoever. If they want me to go jump through a couple hoops and fight a couple people, cool, I'll do that too. Nobody's going to whoop my ass right now.
So you said at the press conference on the Wednesday after the event, they went in and they found 24 kidney stones.
24. Dr. Amy Krambeck.
In one kidney?
My right kidney.
How's that possible?
Apparently, like one kidney, apparently it's the weaker kidney, makes stones, and the other one typically doesn't. And so back in the day, they used to, and I learned this all from Dr. Amy, that they would take that kidney out, but then the other one would start making stones. It's just something that your body does. For some reason, I don't know why. Genetically, as far as I understand, I'm the only person in my family to get that. For the other than the kidney stones, I'm a Highlander. I don't ever get sick. My body feels great. My body usually heals itself really well. It's just everybody's got to have their kink in their armor, right?
So are you
Superman has kryptonite.
Are you completely empty right now?
Yeah.
Like
So
they
it takes
look-
90 days to start building new ones, and they're going to start testing my urine and seeing what's going on with my body.
You have to keep checking in?
With Doc, yeah, I think so. But I don't know why she couldn't check the stones that she pulled out
Yeah.
to see what it was. But they've been there for a long time. If I had 24 stones, they've been there for a hot minute. So like I said, it was probably from when I was younger and partying a whole lot and not taking care of my body. And I was 315 pounds, don't forget. So I put my body through a whole lot before.
So you don't think it's anything to do with your fight career, your fight life?
No, not at all. I don't cut weight. I take really good care of myself now. And I'm not nearly as irresponsible as I used to be.
Okay, good. And you feel
My
okay?
power's not gotten shut off,
Sure,
you know.
sure.
I'm
I mean,
really responsible.
It is a traumatic thing, though, what you went through. Physically, now you feel okay?
Yeah, I feel totally normal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah. Well,
You still have them?
This is no, I didn't ask for them. This is the one of the first times you're totally gonna censor this. That I'm so happy that I'm not hung like a donkey because that thing would have been even longer.
Okay.
The stent, and I was like, thank God, just get that thing out of my body, buddy.
The silver lining.
Yeah, silver lining. Yeah, not hung like a donkey. There you go.
Kind of like this whole thing. Like you were supposed to fight him in San Jose, and now you're fighting.
It's so fortuitous. It's spectacular. Couldn't be any better.
You feel for the San Jose people, though, who bought tickets?
I do. It sucks, man. And I know that we were all talking about going back there, but I think it was like, dude, let's just get this thing off the table. Let's make this fight happen. This is a great opportunity. And that's honestly probably why we're not the headliners, right? Like, look, dude, the fight had to happen. Chael Vanderlei's the headliners. We throw this one on there just to get that shit out of the way. And then let Mitrione go on his tear and tear the division up.
How many pay-per-views do you think this sells? What's a good number for you?
I don't know. I don't know. With his mouthpiece, the bad part is Chael had a bad showing last time, right? So that's going to hurt his credibility. Everybody knows his mouthpiece and never else, right? So if he had a good showing against Tito, it would definitely have bumped up a lot.
Totally.
So I don't know. If I say 500, am I crazy? If I say, I don't know. What do you think? Don't sandbag me.
I won't. I think 500 would be a smashing success. I don't see that happening.
Okay.
I think a conservative success is 200.
Okay.
I think that's a good number to shoot for. In fact, your boss told me yesterday that he would be happy with that number.
With 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 500, just given the landscape these days. I mean, Triple G, Daniel Jacobs.
170.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally get it, man. But I think boxing's dead.
It is different. But even look at the UFC, like non-Conor
People
fights.
ask me about Conor and
Floyd.
Floyd, right? And they asked me about that. And I'm like, first of all, it's going to be a remarkably boring fight. It's going to be a terrible fight, right? Like Conor's an aggressive counterpuncher, and he's great at what he does. Floyd, it doesn't punch. So there's going to be a lot of lulls. There's not going to be a lot of action there, and I don't think there'll be much damage. Okay. And Floyd's footwork will work circles around Conor, I believe, unless Conor improves drastically very quickly. I wonder if it'd be difficult for Conor not to kick in that fight. I wonder if that'd be.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. I know. I want.
Here's my theory, though. Can I tell you my theory?
Yeah.
The fight's going to start. They're going to go to the middle of the cage. They're going to like kind of walk towards each other, and then he's going to kick, and it's going to graze his nose just to let him know that I'm in your world, and I could do this. I could knock your head off if I want to, but now let's go. It's going to be sort of like a threat.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I see what's happening. Maybe.
Remember.
Maybe. I hear it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Da-na-na,
Okay.
da-na-na.
Okay. Two last things. When the New York Post broke this fight, they said, former giant.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean anything to you? Being here at MSG, considering your previous career? I mean, I saw you actually put out some disparaging tweets about New York City on Sunday. You were saying it was cold, you were whining, all this stuff. I mean, come on. You played football, my man. All right.
Yeah.
So does this mean anything
It's
to you?
scary.
Is this like a nice little story for you? You
it's
know,
great,
Giant
man.
coming to MSG.
Somebody asked me that question earlier, and my response was like, you know, the cool thing about this, right? Like, somewhat introspectively here. Who else on their Vita can say, I played football for the Giants in Giant Stadium. I'm about to knock out the greatest of all time in Madison Square Gardens. Totally different sports, totally different arenas, totally different everything. I have an opportunity to be on that wall of immortality downstairs. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I have a chance to be on that wall. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's madness. And it means a lot, man. It means a lot to my family. I mean, dude, my family can even come to a press conference. Like, I've got everything I could possibly hope for. And it means a lot to me.
Okay. One last quick thing. I think they're kicking us out. Where do you fall on the whole Black Zillions thing in Florida? I mean, Henry Hoof, Black Zillions, Melanson. What's going on there?
Henry Hooft is my dude.
Okay.
Greg Jones is my dude.
Okay.
And that's
So
how
you're
I
with
roll.
the Combat Club guys.
I always will be. Henry Hooft is my dude, and so is Greg Jones.
Cool. Great to see you, Matt. Happy you're feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Good luck June 24th.
Thank you very much.
See you there.
Appreciate it. Look at that tie. It's beautiful.